Let me know when you can hear me and see me.
Hey.
Happy spring break week.
Yes.
How's it going? Oh, that's some cool artwork you got over there.
Oh
Oh, is
yeah,
that
it's from
Freerin? Is that who
it
that
is
is?
free run. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like the music.
oh cool. My brother loves that show. I haven't watched much of it yet, but I have watched some of it.
It's
So
not my favorite anime thing. I've only seen two, but it's good and I like it.
yeah, it is. The artwork is so beautiful.
It's really
And
so
something I really
beautiful.
like about it is that it feels like it's easy to watch, but there's
Yeah,
always exciting
exactly.
stuff happening at the same time.
Yes.
There are other shows where I'm like, whoo, this one's crazy all the time, like
Uh huh.
Jujutsu Kaisen is just like,
I've
wah!
seen that
Like
one.
my brain is
It's like
exploding
I can't
constantly.
do all this.
But
It's too much.
Frieren is
I like
like
free run.
mellow enough that I can kind of watch it any time, but it always is engaging. Like I'm captivated by
Definitely,
it
I
at the same
agree. I
time.
need to catch up on season two. I like the music too. Sometimes I'll just listen to the soundtrack while I'm cooking.
Yeah. I think
I was
just
watching
generally anime tends to have some really good music.
good
Um,
music.
so
Yeah. I was watching a video about like all the folk instruments that he used in that
yeah.
soundtrack, like so many.
Hmm.
And then also, he also did the music for Violet Evergarden, which I haven't seen, but I probably should. There's a typewriter, and I like typewriters.
Yeah, that makes sense. With being a string player, you are always probably like listening and looking for more music. My brother said that like for his wedding, he was like, I really wanted like very specific instrumentation and stuff. And he was like, it's kind of hard to find sometimes. So he did have some music that he pulled from anime for
Oh
his
wow,
wedding.
that's neat.
Because he was like, yeah, I was like looking for specific instrumentation and like strings and things. And he was like, it was kind of hard to find.
No, I
So
can understand that. I feel like I should have bagpipes, just like more often. I like bagpipes.
you're like, I need more bagpipes in my life, please.
Yeah,
More
just
penny
in
whistle, more
general, just
bagpipes.
like
Yeah.
hire a bagpipist to like sing that out with me.
Maybe you just need to live in Ireland.
Maybe I do. Maybe I do. That's like just
I
something
read
I
that there are
really
some islands off the coast of Ireland that they just like need more people to live on. So the
Oh
government is
yeah.
giving out like grants and things if people like
Oh,
restoration
that
grant
was like
kind
a
of things where it's
thing.
like if you move here
Yeah.
and you improve like your home, they're like, you move into a house there and you're like making improvements. They're like, we'll give you like $90,000 to like improve the
That's
land and
good.
because they're like, we just need people to inhabit it.
No, there are some cities in Italy that are also like that. I feel like I'm
Ah,
telepathic. Oh,
that's
my
pretty
microphone.
cool. Yeah.
My dad stole my microphone for an
Oh,
HOA meeting.
he said, sorry, I need to borrow that.
I mean, he bought it. It's his. He can do whatever the heck he wants with it.
Oh, right. But he like was like, here for you to use. And you were like,
Yeah.
where's my mic?
Take my mic out.
Oops,
He got
sorry.
it set up for me.
Aw.
When I was here, I was wearing the same pants and I cut the spare button out of the side and I completely forgot about it. So now I
Oh, and you just found it.
yeah. Because it was like
Right, because they'll
uncomfortable
sew
on
it
the
on the
back. On
inside
the
so that you
back,
have
yeah.
it,
I
when you
want to
buy
be able
it
to
and it
have
doesn't get lost. Yeah.
yeah.
But
I
it's
do
kind
love
of
these pants.
uncomfortable if
They've
it's
got
like rubbing weird. Yeah.
so they're very cute. They've got a row of buttons.
So are you having more of a restful spring break or do you
More
have certain things that are kind of
restful, but I'm
fun
doing
that
like
you've
some
done?
sewing. I started listening to a new podcast. I can't do normal podcasts because I get bored, but I like the podcasts that are like a audio like story.
I do
So I've
too.
been
Yeah, same. Hmm.
so I've been listening to it's called Sherlock and Company, I believe. It's like a Sherlock Holmes but like modern day as a true crime
Oh,
podcast.
fun.
It's quite fun.
I saw an ad for a new show that's like a young Sherlock Holmes show
Yes,
that
I have
they
a
keep
minor
like I keep
obsession.
seeing the
Yeah.
ad pop up.
I
So
know, me too.
they
I
must be
have a
like you're our target audience,
You have to watch this. I need to watch it because I have a minor obsession with everything Sherlock Holmes related. Like I've read almost all the books. I work my way through them, like
Oh,
via
that's
audiobook. And I've
awesome.
seen the Jeremy Brett adaptation is my favorite adaptation. You should watch the Jeremy Brett one. I
Aw.
watched the BBC one. I guess I need to watch the Young Sherlock now. The Guy
Yeah.
Ritchie one was
I think
also
it's
pretty
like
cool.
brand new, just out. I watched the Enola Holmes and stuff
Oh, I
too,
need to
so
see that. This sounds really cute. I need to see
it's
that one too.
fun. It's his what is it? His
His younger
sister?
sister, is it?
Yeah, younger sister. Yeah.
Younger
I was like,
sister.
wait, I know she's related to him. I was like, I think it's
Is
his
she
younger
supposed
sister.
to be like a replacement for Mycroft, or does he also have Mycroft, the older brother?
I don't think she's like a replacement. She's just like an additional family member, and
Just an
she's like,
additional
I
family
want to be a
member?
detective too.
That's great. I like that.
So
More
yeah,
detectives.
girl power.
Girl power. Yes.
So
Female
it's
strength.
like Sherlock Holmes, except the girl version, and then he
Yeah.
comes into play sometimes. Like he's there sometimes.
Is he just like? doing
Yeah, so it was pretty fun. I think
That's
it's
fun.
a fun
I'll have
show.
to watch it. Sounds good.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, cool. So that's really neat that you've read all the books and things. I don't know that I could say I've read all of them,
I'm not
but
all. I'm not all the way. I'm like. I'm
Oh,
working
okay.
my way through. Is what I'm saying.
you're
Like,
working
I'm going
because
to
I'm like
listen to all
that's
of
a
them.
big library.
No,
There's a lot of
No,
them.
not yet. I'm going to. My goal is at least by the end of high school to have listened to all of them. But I kind of just like listen to them when I'm in between other books.
Sure, right.
Listen to,
Yeah.
like, a couple
So if you
adventures at a
like,
time.
you can switch it up and listen to something else and then go back. Yeah.
But I do love them. I think they're very fun. I haven't listened to them recently because I've been listening to the podcast. So I'm
yeah.
always consuming at least one form of Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I know people who are like, they just do sci-fi or something, and I like to switch it up. I'm like, I'll do a
that's
sci-fi
awesome.
book, and then I do a historical fiction, and then I do
Definitely.
a thriller murder mystery thing, like.
I'm reading a horror novel.
And then like a
right now.
classic Jane Austen.
Yeah, I just finished The Picture of Dorian Gray, so now I'm doing YA
Oh,
horror, which
yeah.
is so different. I
Yeah.
loved The Picture of Dorian Gray. It was so good.
It's a classic though.
It's a classic.
I got very into the classics and when I was in high school. And my mom was like, "You read Great Expectations just for fun?" And I was like, "Yeah, I enjoyed it." And she was like, "Wow, I hated that book. I read it because I had to."
That's fair.
I was like, I could understand people not liking that one, but I thought it was fascinating. I enjoyed the ride.
That's good. I'm so glad. I had to read
But yeah, I know,
it in
like,
5th grade.
people who are like, "Oh my goodness, Steinbeck, what a slog." And I'm like, I don't know. I kind of, I understand what they mean, but I'm also like, I
liked
did
it.
enjoy, like, I feel like you grow as a human when you read, because it's like you
Yes,
get to
definitely.
experience
I
different
agree.
things. So,
I agree. Oh, yeah, I agree. We read a lot of Ray Bradbury short stories at the beginning
cool.
of 8th grade.
yeah.
I need to read Fahrenheit 450.
Ah.
okay.
So, I feel like we could just chat about all the wonderful
I know
things
what we
all
probably
day.
gotta do, voices.
So I'm curious though, vocally, how you're feeling and what you've been
pretty
working
good.
on here recently, and then any particular goals for this session that you had in mind.
No, going pretty good. My voice feels great. I
Good.
had like that healing time, obviously.
Yeah.
And then back with like theater and stuff. I've been
Yes.
having like feeling good. I'm actually already pretty much warmed up, I believe.
Okay,
I'm
awesome. Yeah, so you were singing a little bit already. And what were
So-
some things you maybe noticed as far as like how your breath is working, the highs and lows, the
think-
transitions, the vocal tone today?
Yeah, my breath is pretty good. Maybe I'd say average. The one thing I keep dropping this. I just like holding something. Keep dropping it. I've been singing so like musical theater, like diction, front of the voice stuff, that like my tone like more lifted, like what I did with like Think of Me is a little bit iffy. More of just in the
Okay.
way that like my play. Sorry, getting the notes perfect on pitch like first when I try it is going a little bit iffy. I
The
think just 'cause I'm
onset.
out of practice with that. Yeah, the onset. That's the word. But I think
Yeah,
that
when
if
you
I just,
first hit the
work on that
pitch.
a little bit more, it'll be fine.
Okay, that makes
really-
sense. Yeah. So it's that initial onset when you first hit the note. So it might feel sometimes like you're kind of like wobbly when you first hit the note and then you find it, or you kind of slide into it, or you overshoot and come back down. Yeah, so a nice clean onset. So let's try, before we dive into our pieces, can we just work on clean onsets first? So let's try, since you are warmed up, we're just going to go on E, E, E. And we're focusing on, can I get the breath flowing through the vocal folds and the vibration right together? So you're going to hear the note. You're going to, in your mind, like sing it in your head, know exactly what that pitch is. And we're focusing on that coordination of not like he and not like a punchy e, hitting it too hard. What we want is this perfect coordination of the air and the vibration happen right together at just the right speed. So that's what we're striving for here. So E 3 times, focusing on that initial onset. Breathing in. E, E, E. All right, so now take a moment, listen to the next pitch.
And then go.
E, 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 Yeah, good. Yep. And then if you want to add another layer, you can add having really clean offsets as well. So the thing that we do here is we want the vibrations to stop really cleanly. So I'm not going to be like beep and then close my lips. I'm not going to go beep and like choke it off. What I want, the ideal is I'm singing the pitch and I have a little inhalation that has a nice clean cutoff. So it's brr, brr, and I teach my body to open and release. Yeah. Release the vibration, but intake the air, right? So the breath is the release. So it's going to be the air and the vibration happen together for the onset, and then I breathe in, and that's going to give me that clean cutoff. All right, so we're going to layer that in now as well. We're going to change our vowel this time. Let's try on ah this time. All right, 3 times again. So breathing in. Ah, ah, ah. And you'll notice you don't want like a full breath. It's just a teensy little sip of air that just opens. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So it's not like a big breath into my lungs. It's just a teensy little, just tiny sip to get that clean cutoff. Mm-hmm. Ah, ah, ah. 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 Good. All right. Yeah. So that's something to start working on, is having those really clean onsets, really clean offsets. Yeah, we'll add that as a focus. All right. So then I know you said that you were working on your Phantom of the Opera pieces. Do you want to look at?
Sorry, I didn't. Sorry, I didn't actually work on the Phantom Opera pieces.
Okay.
I was looking at a sorry, the other new musical theater ones, I didn't sing it. Sorry, Leaf just
Oh, it's
recently.
okay.
I was kind of listening to and working through Vanilla Ice Cream, and so that's how I realized that my people love it.
Oh,
And
got
then I
it.
was also
And then you were
noticing a
thinking
little bit with
about how you could
yeah,
incorporate it into
yeah.
it. Got it.
I was
Okay, I
thinking
just
about how it was
misunderstood that
kind of similar to
that
Phantom of
part.
the Opera. I was kind of using that as an
Yeah.
example.
Okay. So
Sorry.
vanilla ice cream. So that's the one you were looking at. We definitely
I was
can
looking
can
at
take
it.
a look at that.
I would love
And then you
to.
were
I love
thinking
that
about
piece.
how can I implement these things into the other
Yes.
pieces. Lovely.
That's what
All
I
right.
was
Great. So for vanilla ice cream, do you want to just sing through and let me hear where it's at, and we'll go from there?
maybe, but I wasn't really singing. I was more trying to like learn the tune and
Oh
like
yeah,
know how it was
just learn
going. And
the
I was just
piece.
like
Yeah.
singing segments, so I haven't like sung it through all the way. I was just like
Yeah.
singing it
So
there.
let's do this. Let's have you play the track with the singer, and I want you're just going to hum along with them this first time through, okay? And just really focus on feeling the vibrations, feeling the patterns. So you're going to follow. If you get a little bit off, no problem. So feeling how the breath needs to work, how the vocal folds need to vibrate, processing the melodies and the rhythmic patterns, and just kind of, following along for this time through, okay?
Cool. Here. You're looking at it. Oh, I didn't pull up my sheet music though.
Oh, it's okay.
This stand is really annoying.
A little wonky. Oh, I remember you were talking about wanting a new music stand.
I keep talking about it and then I never actually get one.
Well, maybe you should ask for one for like a
Christmas.
birthday or Christmas or yeah.
Okay, I have the sheet music now, so I'm gonna
Or
start.
even a holiday. Be like, is the Easter Bunny going to bring me a music stand? That'd be great.
For St. Patrick's Day, maybe. I'm kidding.
St. Patrick's Day. Just bring you a green one, right?
April Fool's Day was yesterday, maybe music stand.
Yeah, that'd be great. Any holiday will do.
Any holiday.
Just tell your dad that Vandy said you need a new one.
Yeah,
Be
I
like,
need a
Dad,
new
my
one.
stuff all fell over today and it was a mess and then we
I-
wasted lesson time. So
Wasted
Vandy said I
time.
really need a new
We
music
really
stand.
need a stand. Okay, I got it. It's hard.
I know, yeah. It's like, how do I hum through the melismas?
She waits for a second.
The timing, yeah, you'll have to figure that out.
Oh my. Friend. portmanteau. Like, just do your best, right?
Yeah, so yeah, that ending is a little bit similar to like the
Like,
Think of Me where you go up to the high note. Yeah, exactly.
I do love this song. I completely have no idea what she's talking about. Like, I have no context for, and never guessing that you were fat. Wait, no. Like, I don't know what's going on there, but it's fun.
Have you seen You've Got Mail?
No.
Okay, yeah. So it's a Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan movie. It's a little bit similar to that. Basically, she has a pen pal, and she doesn't know who they are, but she actually knows the person in real life and doesn't
that's
realize.
fun.
And in real life, they do not get along.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Does she realize, or is she just being mean to her pen pal for the sake of it?
In this moment, it's kind of an interesting, storyline, but You've Got Mail, it's like they have rival bookstores and they don't like each other, but then she has like an email pen pal, and then the computer's like, you've got mail, and then they end up like falling in love and stuff. So, yeah, right. So She Loves Me is a similar storyline to that, but it's a literal pen pal. Like, it's from the 1930s in like a perfume shop. It's kind of like sweet. What it is. So they both work at this perfume shop, and then they're like anonymous pen pals, and they're like falling in love through letters, but in the shop they don't get along. So they're like coworkers essentially, and they're like constantly fighting at work. But then they're always like, I've got this great, pen pal in their head, and they're like falling in love with this pen pal.
Oh, that's sweet.
So and then, in the end they figure out like, oh, you were that person all along,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of a funny,
That is funny. I'll have to watch it. That's a good type of homework. I can do that.
Yeah. So in this moment, you kind of start with the letter, right? What's happening with this letter. She's sick right now. So she's like in bed at this moment, sick. And so this song, I would say, is kind of like very pivotal because she starts to realize that she might have feelings for her coworker. So she like has her pen pal. She thinks of them as separate people at this point. But she's homesick in bed. Her coworker that she has a rivalry with. He brings her ice cream while she's sick to apologize about a fight they had.
Oh, that's
and then
cool.
She's like really surprised that he's kind to her. And she's like, oh, maybe he's changing. And she starts to realize she might have feelings for him.
George.
Yes. Yep.
That George is not like this George.
Exactly. Yes.
Like
yeah. So she doesn't like him at work, but then she's like, oh, maybe he is kind. Maybe there are things about him I don't, know about him,
Yeah.
And so throughout the song, she goes from like strongly disliking this person to realizing, oh, maybe I do like him. And she's like surprised by it. She does still believe that her pen pal is a different person.
It's a different person.
And she does still think like, that's someone that she's kind of falling in love with, But this is where she goes, oh, maybe my work feud person is actually a nice person.
Okay,
so there's a really big like emotional shift that happens, but she hasn't put together yet that they're the same person.
Cool.
Yeah, so it is a really big like acting song too.
I know. I'm excited
because you get to showcase so much.
Yes.
So she has two men in her life: the romantic pen pal.
You can have both because they're the same person.
And the work feud person that she's like, oh, maybe my work feud person is actually a nice person.
Feud person. All right, great.
Yeah.
Thank you for the synopsis.
Yeah, it's a really fun
Synopsis.
show. It's
I need to
definitely
watch it. I
definitely
know
one
there's
that
a
I
push on
really
it.
enjoy and love.
Yes, it looks great, and her pajamas are very, very cute.
Yeah, it is. It's a very cute show. Yeah, and then You've Got Mail, I'd say, is more of like a modern retelling. It's not like now, but like '90s esque or something,
90s
you know.
retelling.
Um, so yeah, I think and they're like rival business owners essentially is what happens. But then she also has like this pen pal with like You've Got Mail, and like in the email verse, she has a pen pal that she's falling in love with.
Like,
And then they find out that it's each other. But she does get to know him better over time. And by the end, she's like, I hoped it was you, you know?
oh,
So
that's
it's,
cute.
it's very sweet.
Perfume store. See, I love the idea of a perfume store, but I cannot go into like a Bath and Body Works because of my headaches. It like I will get a
Overwhelming, and it's
migraine.
like, oh,
I
yeah.
don't even like perfume at all. Like, I
Yeah.
love the idea, and I love that
Oh,
there's stuff for people, but like I can't do it.
yeah, like maybe in life you're like, oh, this orange smells really good or something, but you're like,
Citrus
I don't
is my
actually
favorite
want
scent.
an orange
I don't want
smelly
to-
perfume on
to
me.
be
Yeah.
orange.
Yeah, you're like, I don't need to wear it.
I need to be it.
Yeah, I get that. So the laundry scent beads that I see commercials for, that's not for you.
No. Oh my gosh, I see the same commercials all the time. Are we watching these stuff on the same programs?
Clearly, they're like, there's a target audience, and you
It's
guys are
always
yeah.
the laundry scent beads and the young Sherlock.
Right? Yeah, same. That's so
And
funny.
then the ads for like the medications. Always the medication ads. Probably for eczema.
Yeah, that's true. And maybe like headaches. They're like, if you have
Migraine
headaches.
ads. I always get migraine ads, and I don't like it because I don't like talking about my migraines or like seeing them because it makes me feel like in the moment.
You're like, please don't remind me.
Don't remind me. Yeah.
Aw. You're like, I really want to pretend that is not part of my life.
Me too. Yeah. Yeah.
Aw. Yeah. So, let's go ahead and try now. I know we're still learning it, and the timing of this one is pretty tricky. And you were talking about like working on isolated sections rather than like the whole song. But eventually, we have to be able to bridge those connections.
So I'm kind of doing that right now. I just wanted to like.
Yeah. So I was thinking, could we go through on VVV one time?
VV? Perfect.
On VVV, and we're going to have you sing through on VVV, and we will, just try to follow the patterns the best you can. If you get a little bit off, again, no problem. When we make mistakes, we actually learn more a lot of the time.
Learn more from
So
the mistakes. Yes. Do
Yeah,
you want me
so
to do it with the
it's a process.
the
Yeah, so go ahead and play
with the person singing?
with the singer, and try to follow along with their timing and such as well, because she's fabulous. And
She's so good.
yes, so we're going to try to follow along with that for now since we are still learning the song. Yeah.
All right. It's gonna be great. I'm so excited.
If you feel like you get, too high, you can always go like they and open a little bit taller, or even a va, if you feel like that would focus the sound a little bit better. So vowel modification is perfectly okay.
was a bit iffy. I think because I was looking down at my sheet music because my stand's not tall enough. That's another reason.
Yeah, so I think that vowel modification, there were multiple times where I was like, oh, I feel like a little more height there would make it more comfortable. But I know too, you're still learning the patterns. And so hopefully you were able to observe some spots where you're like, oh, a little more height there would be helpful.
Yeah,
But definitely like that. You know, like when you go up, if you're on,
that was
it's going to be like, I can't get there. That's going to help a lot, right? So if you stay closed, it's like, I get stuck there and I can't get to it.
Yes, definitely. Got it.
So hopefully we learned some things through that process. I was thinking, let's try singing through on say. You might notice there are parts that feel a little more speech-like, and then there are parts that are much more lyric and flowing.
Yes.
And so there's this contrast that happens. So I was thinking, let's try on say, so you can feel those more lyric, flowing passages. And the say is a little more tall and open than the E anyway. So like when you're in that say, you know, and you go, see, you're already a little more open, right? When you go up, it'll just feel a little bit nicer. And then the flow with the lyric passages, I think, is going to feel a lot better too. So let's try on say this time. You still might want to open, see, you know, there, if I just go, see, if I try to stay on the say, it kind of like squeezes off at the top. It's like I can't quite get to it, so I have to think more say to ah. It's like say. So say I at the end there will feel better.
Yeah, they'll be great. I feel very like choir. Say, 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 say. Say, 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 say. Say, 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 say. That was a little bit iffy. I can't hold this. Say, 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 say. Say, 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 say. Say, 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 say.
Yeah, we're still learning, right? So it's like it's a work in progress. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Those like little bits that start really high is like, oh, where is it?
Yeah, that is like woo, and you learn that you go, oh, I have to prep that phrase a little differently, and
Yeah,
the phrases where maybe you start a little bit lower, but then you're gonna go up higher later in the phrase. One thing I would recommend is always think about what is my highest note of the phrase. Is it the first note? Is it in the middle? Is it at the end of the phrase? And then you're always going to prep for that phrase with a breath to prepare for that highest note. So it's as though you're about to just sing that high note, right? So I go, yeah, somehow it all reminds me of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And you go to the Hyde. I'm not preparing for the earlier notes, right? I'm thinking like, what are higher notes? Are like, ice cream. I'm breathing to prep for the high note, right? So instead of vanilla, prepping for those, I'm prepping for the high one when I intake the breath and I set the space. So I go, I think about that note and I go, vanilla. I breathe for the high note early.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and try on words. If we flub up a little bit, no big deal. But you're going to think about what is my highest note of this phrase, and then always inhale and set your space for that highest pitch. Okay?
All right, let's do it. Maybe. I am so sorry about last night. It was a nightmare in every way. But together you and I will laugh at last night someday.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to tell you something that is about the story that I forgot to mention before. Well, I think of it. So they were supposed to meet, and he no-showed, which is what she's writing to him about. All right, let's start again. Sorry, I was like, oh, that's kind of a key part of the story. So she's a little sad because he didn't show up.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's start it again.
Okay. Dear friend, I am so sorry about last night. It was a nightmare in every way. But together you and I will laugh at last night someday. Ice cream, he brought me ice cream, vanilla ice cream, imagine that. Ice cream, and for the first time we were together without a spot. Friendly, he was so friendly, that isn't like him, I'm simply stunned. Will wonders never cease? Will wonders never cease? It's been the most peculiar day. Will wonders never cease? Will wonders never cease? I am so sorry about last night. It was a nightmare in every way, but together and last night someday. Sat there waiting in that cafe and never guessing that you were fat. That you were near. You were outside looking bald. Oh my. Dear friend.
So she's like trying to figure out, why would he not have come?
About last night. Last night I was so nasty. Well, he deserved it. But even so, that George was not like this George. This is a new George that I don't know. Somehow it all reminds me of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. For right before my eyes, a man that I despise has turned into a man I like. It's almost almost like a dream. And strange as it may seem, he came to offer me ice cream. The high note was still a little bit, but I'll get there.
That's okay. All right, so um, tell me what did you feel like went best there, and what felt like it needed a little work?
I think that breathing into the open space was a lot better. Like improved a
Good.
lot of things. I still think I can work a little bit on. Well, wonders never cease. Well, wonders never cease. But I'm getting there. Like getting that high note to be strong and like there.
Yeah.
Um,
One thing that I think
and then the ending's well.
would be helpful is thinking this is a little bit more legit singing. So we're thinking a little bit more of that classical technique. So like ice cream, we say ice cream. But in that instance, we're going to go just scream. Because if you try to close to the E, it's not going to work, right? So if I go like, that's going to work a lot better than ice cream. So we want to remove the diphthong there. So that's a little bit more of a classical approach, but it's going to help. So thinking more of those pure vowels, fewer diphthongs, a little less chewy. You can do that more, more speech-like diction in the lower sections, those faster talking sections, but when you're singing higher, that's going to be more of the classical technique.
Okay.
So thinking pure vowels, fewer diphthongs, less chewy and much more open, tall, and rounded for those spots. Yeah?
Built it.
Yeah, but I'm glad that thought of preparing the phrase with the breath worked so beautifully. If you need to simplify that approach, just try always breathing into a big open yawn space and see if that helps. Because I know sometimes people are like, oh, that's so much to think about. So if it makes it easier, you can just breathe into that really open space for every phrase. So you're prepping a more open, tall, rounded space right from the beginning. Yeah?
Yes.
Awesome. Good. Okay, so tell me, what would you say is your number one thing that you feel like improved today?
Well, I got back into singing more of this style, which was definitely a good point for me to keep working on it and get better at it.
Yeah.
At that point. And then I learned the song. I already knew the song, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like knowing it. So I definitely got better at that, which is good. More practice.
Yes, yeah. And then tell me, what is one thing that you could tell that as we worked on it, you made some improvements, but you went, it's not quite there. Like, I still really need to be intentional about this and working on it this week.
Yeah, I think kind of that thing I was talking about, like hitting the higher notes. Still this tone, the legit tone, is a little bit more tricky for me. Like, I have the urge to want to say everything with that, I am so sorry about last night. Which, like, it's like I'm trying to turn off the into the woods mindset and go back to
Yeah.
But I'll get there, and I just need, yeah.
Right. It's interesting, isn't it, when you have, it's like, wait, it's all musical theater.
It is all
And
musical
yet
theater,
we
but
still
it's
have
different.
different styles within that genre, right? And that can be true of other genres too. You're working on a rock song and there's like some blues influence, or you're working on a rock song with some country influence, and it's like, oh, okay. So, we're like more of a pop rock feel.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, I have to sing each of these differently. So it's like, oh, it's all rock, but it has a little bit of a different vocal approach to it. Then what would you say, kind of thinking of this week, what's a good practice plan for you?
definitely a nice thorough warm up into those upper vowel spaces so that I don't like die. Because like I think that's what would happen.
Yeah, I do
I
think
don't
that
die.
sometimes we can think, oh, it's musical theater. Like, I don't have to go quite so high. And then we're
Mm.
surprised. We're like, oh, wait, I do have to go pretty high here. I really need
Oh yeah.
to make sure I warm up into that space and open it and all of that. So, yeah.
Don't underestimate the musical theater. Sorry,
Yes,
my hair is being
exactly.
weird. I'm trying
Yes,
to get it to dry, so that's why.
exactly. Depending on the piece, you could end up going quite high. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I definitely want you to be
Warm
sure that
up.
you are stretching into those nice high open spaces in your warm ups and being sure that that's warmed up thoroughly before you dive into the song. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And I know I had you sing with the artist for now. I
Can you
do
take
think
care
we're
of the
still
track
learning
yet?
this song. So I think that's okay
I
for this
can.
week. But if you get to
Okay.
the point where you're like, I want to try it by myself, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Beautiful work today. This
Thank
was a lot of
you.
fun. I hope you had fun too.
I did. I did have fun. Yeah, sorry it was so strict with like stuff. I have a viola lesson in like 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah. You're good. Yeah.
I
So
had
if
to
you need to like
reschedule
shift
both.
focus and
Yeah.
kind of get ready for that, no problem at all. Beautiful
Reschedule
singing
both.
today.
And they happen to be rescheduled within 30 minutes of each other, which is so
Ooh.
fun.
That is funny. Oh, that is funny.
Mm. Each
Kind of
parent
ironic.
did a rescheduling for a different thing. So my mom was like, "Oh, I'll reschedule voice. Just not. I mean, I'll reschedule viola as long as she's doing anything." And then my dad was
Aww.
like, "Okay, let's reschedule this." I was like, "Oh God."
Oh,
It's
that's
interesting
funny.
that both things I do start with a V. Voice,
You just get to
viola.
be in that music mindset for
Yeah,
today.
it works because I do so many V vowels for warm ups.
Good point. Yeah.
Now I need to find a
Alrighty.
V.
Well, have a wonderful viola lesson.
Thank you.
I actually, one of my grandmothers was Viola, but it's spelled the same way.
Oh,
So it's
sweet. That's a pretty name. I like
Viola,
that.
Viola. So yeah, I always am like partial, but I also think like violins can be a little like high pitched and squeaky. And
I
I feel
agree,
like
that's why I chose
the viola has a much more like mellow,
Beautiful
rounded
tone,
kind of tone
yes.
to it. I like the tone a lot better. So it's definitely, I feel like, under celebrated.
Totally. There was a guy in my orchestra last year. He played viola. He quit, but he said that he wanted to name his kid Viola or Viola.
Yeah.
I'll have to
Yeah.
check up with him in like 40
That's
years
pretty
and see if he stuck.
Right, and be like, "Did you do it?" Yeah.
Did you do it?
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, I'm a big fan of like incorporating music into names
My cats,
like
not my cats.
Aria or
Oh, that's a pretty name. I have a
Yeah.
friend named Aria, but it's not spelled the same way.
Right.
My cousin's cats' names are Tempo and Melody.
Oh,
Because
yeah, Melody is one that I've heard a few times. Yeah.
and then,
I have a friend who's a pianist who before the allergy medication came out, they named her Allegra. And she was like, it's kind of funny because people always think that it's like, the medication. And she's like, it's actually a music term that my
a
musician
music
parents
term.
loved the sound. And then
it's still
the medication came out and people like teased her about it. But
Aw.
she's like, I still think it's a beautiful name.
Too. My favorite though was when those same cousins before them, they had two cats that they named Rhyme and Reason, and I thought
Oh,
that was so cute.
that's cute. I like that it's like a matching pair of names
Yeah,
too.
because they were siblings.
Yeah, that's cute. I like it.
Rhyme and Reason, Tempo and
Yeah,
Melody.
very cute. Well, have a wonderful lesson, and I will look forward to seeing you
you.
Monday, okay?
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
Bye,
yes,
Fiona.
Bye.